Welcome back, everybody, to our Midwestern Dynasty, where we have only beaten one team that has an above 500 record so far this season. That would be Kennesaw State, who is 5-1. I'm not saying they're a bad team, they're not, but Oklahoma State, this game against them, it'll be our first real test, and we'll truly figure out what kind of team we are this season. Before we get into the game, I want to go over two players who have taken a step forward this season. Jesse Ham is one of them. He was solid for us as a true freshman, good enough to help us win a national championship, but this year, we are starting to see some signs that he is one of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12. He just lit up Arizona State for nearly 400 yards through the air and had 4 passing touchdowns in that game, and I believe he could take another step forward this season and be one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. Jakeem Short has arguably been our best cornerback this season. Not that Gordon Sheet's been bad, but Jakeem Short has been locked down. He has at least one pass deflection in every single game that we have played so far this season. He's got 8 in 6 games. It would be great if some of these PBUs would turn into INTs. He still has 0 interceptions on the season. So hopefully some of these do become interceptions. Then he would be truly an elite cornerback for us. Oklahoma State is 5-1, and they are coming off a shutout win on the road against Iowa State, the Cyclones, who have Chuck Fleck, the former Horned Owl, as their quarterback. Oklahoma State has a great running back, a good offensive line, and they are one of the better teams in the Big 12. So this will be hopefully a great game and a test for us, and we'll figure out what kind of team we are this season. Let's go ahead and get right into this game. Oklahoma State starting out with a play-action pass, and it's going to be a sack for Ethan Dugan, who got to Dante Reese just in time before Reese could check it down. 3rd and a mile. 3 pass catchers to the left side of the formation. Reese is going to spin that way and be hit by LaMichael Edmonds. The ball comes out, but that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, and that'll end the opening drive of the game. Midwestern starting their day on offense by going under center. Ham off the fake to Clifton is going to find Marco Mines underneath, and he will truck a defender. He's up past the 40 and down at the 42. Cross midfield at the 42 of Oklahoma State. Another play action fake by Ham, who again has to make a throw on the move. He's going to dump it off to Earl Helm, the talented true freshman, who's up to the 34 with the first down. Facing 4th and 5, Midwestern will leave their offense out there. Ham is going to bail on a clean pocket. Throw on the move and hit Dylan Washington to keep the drive alive. And he's out of bounds at the 15. A good job by Ham to make a defender make a decision on whether to keep on covering Dylan Washington or to stop the scramble. 3rd down, pressure on Ham, and he's going to be lit up. He had some open wide receivers, but just wasn't able to find him in time. It'll be 4th down. So out comes Jason Ops to attempt a 31-yard field goal. His kick is up and right down the middle. The junior kicker will put the Horned Owls up 3-0 in the early going. Oklahoma State hoping their second drive of the day goes better than their first. Too much time back there for Dante Reese. Eventually somebody is able to get open, and Taylor Puente, and he's got a first down. Under a minute to go in the first. It's a quick screen left side to Mo Udo, and he's down a yard short of a first down. Alexander Folk making the tackle. 3rd down, the first quarter winding down, and movement up front. Who's it on? It's going to be on Santiago Martino. They'll call him for offsides. That'll be a free first down for Oklahoma State. Here we are in the second. Another screen to Mo Udo, and he's out of bounds at the first down at the 39. Oklahoma State throwing the ball short a ton on this drive, and that will continue. Santiago Power getting a block. He's got one man to beat, and he can't get by him. A touchdown-saving tackle made by Jakeem Short. It was technically a run by Santiago Power because it was a pass behind the line. A throw at the last second is going to be caught in the end zone. Man, did Dante Reese take a huge hit on that RPO, but I'm sure he feels great at the end of the play because he threw a touchdown to Dexter Anderson, who catches his first touchdown of his career. The Cowboys on top of the Horned Owls, 7-3. Here's a throw right side to Devin Gentry, and he's got a first down out of bounds up at the 41. If the Horned Owls could score their first touchdown of the day. Sammy Thrash, the veteran running back, is across midfield. Usually don't see him getting the ball very often as a running back. He is mostly just used as a punt returner. A nice run by him there, though. 4th and 7. Midwestern. They will actually go for it. I thought they were just trying to bait the Cowboys offsides, and Jamie Quentin will get the first down. He had just enough momentum to power through 2 defenders to get the first down. On the edge of the red zone at the 20, Wilhelm right side. As a first down is inside the 10, and he won't go down. He'll stiff arm a defender before going out of bounds at the 7. Goal to go at the 1, a power run look. Von Clifton trying to power his way into the end zone, and I think he did. But there is a penalty on the play, and it will go against the Horned Owls and wipe out a touchdown for Von Clifton. Back at the 11 on third down. Him looking, throwing to the end zone. It is out of reach for Deion Sanders. The timing was just off on that play. It'll be 4th and goal at the 11. Probably too far to go for it at this point in the game. So out comes Jason Hobbs for another short field goal, and he'll put it up and through. Making it 2 for 2 on the day. The Horned Owls are now down by 1. Getting late in the first half. The Cowboys on top, trying to extend their lead. It's going to be a sack for LaMichael Edmonds, who got to Dante Reese in a hurry. Holding call on the Cowboys is going to be declined. Third down. A draw, power met in the backfield. It's LaMichael Edmonds making another play. Another TFL for him. It'll be a quick rain out. The Horned Owls should have good starting field position as long as nothing goes too crazy on this punt return. And nope, nothing too crazy. Just Sammy Thrash taking it across midfield to the 42. Now at 31. Sam looking, throwing to his right. It's intercepted. Manny Tavares, the redshirt senior cornerback, is across midfield. And he's gone. It's going to be a pick 6. His first career interception is a big one. It's not only a pick 6, but it puts Oklahoma State back up by a touchdown. 14-6. I'm hoping to make up for the interception. Instead, he's going to be made to pay some more. Getting rocked on the play. And to make matters worse, there's a holding call. So the Horned Owls just shooting themselves in the feet. Back at the 15 on 2nd and long. And with a man wide open, it's Dylan Washington. Across midfield, 1 man to beat. Can he get by him? No, he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 4. It'll be goal to go for the Horned Owls after an 81-yard catch by the senior wide receiver, who now has over 3,000 receiving yards in his career. Goal to go at the 1. Von Clifton is walking into the end zone untouched. And this time there is no flag on the play, so he can celebrate his 7th touchdown of the season. And the Horned Owls are down by 2. They will line up to go for a 2-point try. And wants to throw. He's going to leave the pocket, throw to the end zone, and he's intercepted. Is this going to be a pick 2? It is not. So Oklahoma State will have to settle for just having a 2-point lead at halftime. Get this third quarter going. The Horned Owls with possession. Number 2 is going to take it up to the 46 for the first down. Clifton has had some nice runs in this game, but some of them have been called back due to holding. Earl Helm left side, getting a block from an Oklahoma State defender who is on the ground. And Helm down at the 37 of the Cowboys. Just outside the red zone. Clifton, right side, runs over a defender. And runs another one over. A powerful run by the sophomore running back out of Oklahoma, doing it against one of his home state teams. From the 4, a quick throw left side to Jamie Quinton, and he will score his 2nd touchdown of his career. And that is Jesse M's 15th passing touchdown of the season. The Horned Owls are now on top by just 4. They will have to go for 2 again. This time it's going to be a run left side, and Clifton will knock it in. He's down short of the end zone. It'll be 18-14 in the 3rd. Oklahoma State trying to screen on 3rd and long, and it's just not there. Good coverage by LaMichael Edmonds. It's a sack for Cortland Rahman. Flag on the play is going to be a holding call that the Horned Owls can just decline. Midwestern already across midfield. Ham is going to keep it on the read option, and he's going to have to slide down early. A whiff blocked by the true freshman left tackle Matt Davis on the play. Inside the red zone at the 17. Clifton bouncing it outside, trucking another defender. And he's down at the 5. It'll be goal to go for the Horned Owls. Now at the 2, it's 3rd down. They'll fake it to Clifton. Ham rolling to his right. He's under heavy pressure, and he's got no choice. He has to throw this one away in order to live to see another down and have a chance to go for it on 4th down. But the Horned Owls are going to send out Jason Hobbs. Just a 19-yard field goal attempt for him, and he's going to make it easily. Bit surprised the Horned Owls didn't go for it there. Worst case scenario, you don't get it, and Oklahoma State takes over deep in their own territory. On third down, a screen right side to Power. He spins off a defender and is dropped well short of the first by Broderick Duggar, the true freshman defensive tackle who makes his first tackle of his college career. He's out of Oklahoma, so getting a chance to play against a team from his home state. Speaking of home state kids, there is Don Clifton making the grab underneath, and he's down a yard short of a first down, so the defense is picking up their play late in this game. 3rd and 8 for the Cowboys. Reese going down the field, and he's intercepted. It's the man with a plan, Deontay Bland, his 5th pick of the year and 11th of his career. And the Horned Owls will take over across midfield with a chance to maybe put this game away. Clifton, left side, has some great blocks and is up to the 19 with the first down. 3:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Earl Elm getting the carry and bouncing off his own lineman. He's up to the 4. It'll be goal to go for Midwestern. Second to goal at the 1, nearing the 2-minute timeout. Ham off the fake, fires quickly right side to Tevin Wells, the fullback who got left all alone in the end zone. And he's going to catch a touchdown, something you don't see happen very often for Tevin Wells, him getting into the end zone with the ball. And he puts the Horned Owls up by 2 scores. See if Oklahoma State can make a comeback late, and they hit a play deep down the field. Jimmy Fuentes, the sophomore wide receiver, sparking Oklahoma State and giving them a chance. After the big play, it's going to be a sack. Another sack for LaMichael Edmonds, who's putting together an amazing year. 2nd down. Reese, right side, connecting with Mo Udo, and he's got the first down, wiping out that sack and putting the Cowboys inside the red zone. At the 6 on 3rd down. Reese, right side, hitting Dexter Anderson, and he scores his 2nd touchdown of not just this game, but of his career. And the Cowboys are going to make it a 1-score game late. And they get an onside kick and have a chance to tie this one late. It is bouncing down the field and picked up by Jaden Berry. He's going to go down, and the Horned Owls are going to win this one. Midwestern wins 28-21 and improves to 7-0 overall. They are 4-0 in Big 12 play, so knock on wood, still no losses so far this season. And I would say they just passed their first real test this season by getting this win. Player of the game is Jesse Ham, who did throw a pick 6, but was all right overall. At pick 6, it made our defensive stats look a little worse. We really only gave up 14 points on defense and 160 total yards. We had 4 sacks and a pick, so our defense played great. We got some big-time performances out of LaMichael Edmonds and Deontay Bland, just to name a few. The passing part of our offense was all right, but we did most of our damage on the ground, racking up 204 yards rushing, averaging 6.4 yards per rush. We had 35 pancake blocks as a team. So the offensive line, tight ends, and wide receivers, and Tevin Wells, can't forget about him, we're all blocking extremely well and made our running back duo look even better. How about this? LaMichael Edmonds is your Heisman frontrunner for the moment. Is he going to be able to sustain his elite level of play that he has shown these last 2 games and go on to win the Heisman? I don't know. But in these last 2 games, he has 8 TFLs, 5 sacks, and a pick. You know what he did all of last year? Had 9 TFLs, 5.5 sacks. So comparing his production last season to the last 2 games that he has played, they're almost even. He's been on a tear. Can he keep it up though? Don Clifton has been playing really well also. He has gone over the 100-yard mark in 5 of our 7 games this season. That's total yards, by the way, rushing and receiving. And the question I have with him is, what would his stats look like if we were not getting all these ticky-tack holding calls around the goal line? His stats, in my opinion, would be pretty nuts, and he might be in the Heisman race himself. But unfortunately, we do get called for holding a lot. Next up on our schedule is BYU, the Cougars. They're 2-4 on the season. They are losers of 3 straight, but they have been competitive against some of the better teams in the Big 12, in Kansas State and West Virginia. So you can't take them lightly. You can't take any game lightly in the Big 12. Got to go out there and execute and see if we can keep this great season going. Midwestern facing an early 3rd and 11. Winston Smith is going to be pushed back into the lap of Ham, who's able to find Dylan Washington in time, and the senior wide receiver will get a first down. Later on the drive across midfield, it'll be a fake to Helm and a quick hitter to Gentry. And Devin Gentry on the screen gets a first down. So the Horned Owls doing a good job to get the ball to their top two wide receivers on their first possession. And with a man wide open down the field, it is Devin Gentry. He'll fight his way inside the 10 and be knocked out of bounds at the 5, making it goal to go. Back at the 10 on third down. And out of an empty set is running out of time. He'll go over the middle and hit Jaden Berry, who's into the end zone with his second touchdown of his career. Jesse M showed a lot of patience and poise on that play and drive, which allows the Horned Owls to strike first and take the lead. Brigham Young University with possession. TV McAllister rolling back to his own 4, and down he goes. Santiago Martino getting the sack. 3rd and 8 at the 16. McAllister feeling the heat from the Heisman Frontrunner. He'll escape and avoid him and Campanaro. McAllister up past the 30. Down at the 34, he slides down. An 18-yard scramble on 3rd and 8. Not ideal to give that up. Near midfield, McAllister to his left is going to hook up with Moses Rowe. And that'll be another 18-yard pickup. Under a minute 30 to go in the first. McAllister will keep it on the read option. He's going to be hit and hit again, losing the ball at the end of the play. Davion Career comes up with it, and the Horned Owls are going to end this BYU drive and take over at their own 30. Can they take advantage of that mistake and extend this lead? Earl Helm right side. He's going to cut upfield, avoid a defender, and he's down across midfield. And that is going to end the first quarter here. 3rd and 7 across midfield in the second. Ham drifting away from a blitz. Running at a time. He's going to go down the field, and Devin Gentry is there to make the grab on the sideline. He's got a first down. Zach Blade shaking up at the end of the play. Hopefully he ends up being all right. Goal to go at the 3. Ham quick left side to the back of the end zone, and Dylan Washington is going to go up and bring it down to get his 6th touchdown of the year. And the Horned Owls will take advantage of that fumble and make it a 2-score lead. Down by 14, McAllister giving it to his top running back in Matt McCants. And Michael Edmonds is all over that, a loss of 1. They'll hurry up to the line on 2nd down. McAllister keeping it this time, and you guessed it, another loss for BYU and another big-time play by Michael Edmonds. 3rd and 14. They're going to call a screen, and they could barely get the throw off in time. Another play by LaMichael Edmonds made, just absolutely destroying BYU up front right now. Single-handedly ended that drive, making all 3 plays. In the red zone at the 8, here goes Ham all the way into the end zone, scrambling on in for his 20th total touchdown this season. He's got 18 passing and 2 rushing. It'll be 21-0 in the first half. BYU in need of something to go their way. McAllister deep over the middle. It is brought in by his top tight end, Mitch Wonga. And just like that, the Cougars are across midfield. 3rd and 7. McAllister. He's going to leave the pocket. He wants to run. And he's not going to get the first down. George Nani comes up to make the tackle and denies the first down. It'll be 4th and 4. And out comes the BYU kicker, Tavares Staley. On to try a 48-yard field goal. His kick is no good. He had the distance, but just misses it wide right, and this is going to remain a 21-0 lead for the Horned Owls. Under a minute to go in the half, it's 3rd down. Ham is going up top to a man behind the defense, and he'll hit him. It's Jaden Berry. Had that been a perfect throw from Ham, though, Berry would still be running and would have scored easily. At the 26, about 30 seconds to go. Ham to the end zone. He's got a man behind the defense again. It's Dylan Washington this time, and he's going to score his 2nd touchdown of the half. For Ham, that is his 4th touchdown of the half. He'll make it 28-0. Here we are in the 3rd. The Horned Owls with possession, looking to use up a lot of time and add on to this lead and just keep everybody healthy. On Clifton taking the ball up to midfield. At the 32, a fake to Clifton. Ham underneath is going to hook up with Marco Mines, and he's spun out of bounds up at the 21. Cool to go at the 7. From under center, it'll be a toss left side to Clifton, and he's got one defender to run over, and he will. Into the end zone he goes, but it's going to be a holding call on George McLeod, the senior tight end, unfortunately. Wiping another Von Clifton touchdown off the board. from the 14. A throw left side is caught by Deion Sanders, and he'll speed off into the end zone, getting his 7th touchdown of the season, tying him for the team lead with Dillon Washington. And for Jesse Ham, he has a high five. A 5-touchdown day for Jesse Ham, as this game looks to be out of reach. A huge hit delivered by Lamichael Edmonds, knocking back McAllister to the 19. Lamichael Edmonds is just on a tear, and nobody could block him right now. Homeward Owls have their starters still in the game, even though we are in the 4th quarter of a blowout. Ham going down the field again for Washington, and he drops it. It clangs off his hands. That would have been touchdown number 6 on the day for Ham. Instead, the Horned Owls will send out their kicker, Jason Ops, and give him a chance to set a new career long. His kick is down the middle, and it has the distance. So Jason Ops makes his first ever 50-plus yard field goal, and then will make it 38-0, which will end up being the final score. Midwestern, they do end up pitching the shutout, their first shutout of the season and 3rd in program history. It is the largest margin of victory in a shutout win for the Horned Owls. This defense gave up just 115 total yards and 6 first downs and no points. An absolute dominant display of defense from start to finish, led by Lamichael Edmonds, who is a one-man wrecking crew out there. 5 TFLs, 2.5 sacks in this game, also had tons of pressures that don't go down in the stat book. The offense was good also. We put up 38 points on the board, 452 total yards of offense. Our top 3 wide receivers, being Jaden Berry, Deion Sanders, and Dillon Washington, combined for 20 receptions, 273 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So Jesse Ham, he had a career day and did a great job of spreading the ball around to everybody. Lamichael Edmonds ended up earning National Defensive Player of the Week honors. Was that even a question? Not really. The last 3 games that we have played, he has 13 TFLs, 7.5 sacks, and an interception. And yes, he is still leading the Heisman race. I just can't believe what we are seeing out of him. Week after week, 3 in a row now, he just can't be blocked. And if he keeps up this pace, he should easily win the Heisman. Will he keep up this pace? Probably not, but we can hope so. And maybe he just will. Glenn Bredesen off the bench this year has 6 sacks and is 3rd on the team. I did not see that coming. Deon Gage, another guy who's not a starter, but has been impressive. He's got better stats than some of the starters that we send out there. Thomas Mintz, not him. He's been really good. Has 3 picks, 2nd on the team behind Deontay Bland, who's up to 5 on the year and just keeps making play after play. His defense has been the best in the country, giving up just 13 points per game. And yes, Stanford, they may have given up fewer total points, but they played one less game than we have. We played 1 more than they have. Dillon Washington has been playing great over these last 3 games as well. 20 receptions, 333 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He now has over 200 career receptions and 3,000 career receiving yards. Dillon Washington has been great, but so has Deion Sanders. Those 2 have almost the exact same stat line this season, so not only do we have 1 good wide receiver, we got 2 of them, and the other options are not that bad themselves. Jesse Ham has been improving every single game and has taken that step forward that we hoped he would. The offensive line has been excellent, minus the holding calls. We're still getting a few too many of those. Our RB duo has been great also. What's not to like about this team right now? We're putting up the 7th most points per game in the nation and allowing the fewest amount of points per game in the nation. I wonder why we have been as good as we have been. Lewis Creed has committed to us. He's an edge rusher out of Nebraska, a 4-star gem who is 6'6", 245, has good power moves, strength. He's a good athlete. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to be a contributor right away as early as next year or maybe a year after. Enrique Sweet, another cornerback out of Michigan that we have gotten to commit to us, 6'1", a really good athlete also, 94 speed. The zone coverage is not in a bad starting spot. Does have to improve on a few things, but another solid player. So we are 5-0 in Big 12 play and leading the conference. We're 8-0 on the season. And next up on our schedule, West Virginia. They beat us last season in the first game of the year. We want to get revenge for that. But West Virginia, they're trying to keep their hopes alive of making the Big 12 championship game, and they want to spoil our season. Should be an interesting game. We'll see if we can beat them and keep this hot streak going. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.